And we're back, just like that, we're back. We're moving now into our third segment. Now, this one we had intro first, but nonetheless, it's here with us. This one is all about mental health and how art can actually help you with dealing with it. It is very important we know our mental health and how far we can go in making art, and art with life. In to talk to us about it, we've got Raquel Rodriguez. She's the owner, Raquel Art. She's been no stranger, and we like her. We love her. We love her. We also have Carrie Wade, who's a psychologist, and Courtney Gentle, a student at Raquel Art. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Good morning.
How do you say good morning in art form?
Morning? I don't know.
I don't know. You know that a heart thing. You know that a heart thing. Ladies, it's so nice to have you in with us. So nice to have you in. Primarily, I'd like to get to Carrie though. As a psychologist, we know that, especially in today's day and age, things are tough, and a lot of people might just be going through, a lot with respect to mental health. Let's talk about what mental health is and how do you detect it, and things you could do to eventually give yourself an ease of mind.
One of the biggest things about mental health when we talk about it is people think it's either you're sick or you're well.
Yeah.
And the reality is we're a bit of both.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
So today if we're late, we may be a bit more on the spectrum of not so well, and then something else happens, we can become more unwell. But something good happens, it brings us closer to the wellness side. So mental health and mental wellness isn't just here now, it's continuum. So some days we're on the side that we're feeling great, and some days we're on the side that we're like, oh no, I've missed an appointment.
Yeah.
So mental health is just like physical health. It can come, go, and we can do a lot of work to make sure that it stays good.
I mean, in the aspect of today, we are using art as a way to help with our mental health. And I was excited about this because to me, art is therapeutic. Painting is therapeutic, and I mean, I'm not an artist like them, but I feel that if I'm just focusing on something and painting on a canvas, I just feel relaxed and at ease with my state of mind, right?
I love it. I feel comfortable just hearing that,
So is that what we're doing today?
Yes,
are you bringing down my anxiety just a little bit?
Yes.
Great.
So let's talk to Raquel. Raquel, you've got your own studio. You've loved painting for a while now. Talk to us about it.
What better time to come out and talk to Belize about art and about the benefits of art with mental health, because I was talking to my friend last night and I was saying that the main event that brought me or took me on this path to bring art onto the community and to kids and bring it to the youth was because I was asked by Dr. Krista Courtney to bring paintings, and that was the first time I've ever done anything like that. I have my kids do it all the time, my students, I call them my kids, sorry. And we were asked I was asked to bring art to donate to a mental health event that they had prior to coronavirus, like from 2018 or something. And when I brought it, I was really shy about it. I put it out there and they were auctioning it off. And I was very surprised how people were paying for it and that they used that money towards mental health awareness. And so I realized that through my art, I'm just painting for fun, and like all my students, they have this whole collection at home, and you could use that collection to raise awareness or to raise funding to help raising awareness. And so that's what brought me into the whole mainstream of art for the community. And then after that, during COVID, we were all shut down. I was just painting for myself and selling for myself, nothing to do with students, nothing to do with kids, no community work. And when we were shut down because of tourism closing during COVID, I had to decide, how am I going to make money, and how am I going to do that now? Because tourism is closed. I'm not selling art anymore to tourists or to gift shops or anything. And that's where the art school began, because in the community of Belmopan, people knew I was doing art, and parents would reach out and ask if I would teach the kids. And that's how it started. And we have a lot of students who join us now, and maybe Courtney can say a few words about it.
Can you show us while we are talking about Raquel Art? can you show us how to do a nice painting, Courtney?
Yes, we're
Yeah,
gonna
let's get
start.
to
We're gonna
painting,
jump right
yeah.
into it because time's going.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to pick up a little canvas, and we're going to use these little cups. So these are gonna be like our little palettes. You
Yeah.
guys take whatever color you want, and
Thank
I'll just show you a really quick technique of how to blend. So we're gonna do a blending technique. I want
Okay.
you guys to wet your brushes. I'm gonna give everybody the square brushes better. So the
Alright.
little flat brush, we're gonna use those. In art class, we call them all sorts of names. The correct name is a flat brush. We say square brush, anything.
You want this color?
Yeah.
You want this color?
Oh yes, and our spread today has stuff that makes us happy. So
Okay.
we have different little heart things and the colors, and that it's really important if you're gonna start painting to go in an area that you feel happy, like reading a book. So
The
it
happy
makes you
space.
calm.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, your happy
Alright.
space. So we're gonna take whatever color you guys want. There's tons of colors over here. So if you guys want yellow or red, any color, and then you can put it into a little container. The teal is really cute. So you wet your brush.
Hey. Oh, which one are the teams?
That's the one
You
have it already.
yellow-ish.
All right. So wet the brush.
Wet the brush and it goes straight into your paint.
All right. So
So the
wet
paint's
brush.
really dry. You're gonna mix it up in there.
Okay. Oh.
So you're mixing it up.
Okay.
Very good. And then while we're doing this, I guess we can have Courtney.
Yeah, because
explain
Courtney is a
important
she's a student. So Courtney, why did you
Yes.
choose painting and why did you
We're
went to
gonna do
Raquel?
side to side. Sorry, just before you guys start, 'cause I see April done the dots. So
All
we're
right.
gonna go. I'm gonna show for our viewers at home. Maybe somebody wants to learn. If you're gonna do like, can you guys give me some yellow? Let me just do a quick sunset
yellow?
for
Oh,
everybody
me.
on.
I think
Yellow's
me.
over
while we're
All right.
while we're talking about
Art.
Courtney's
Art experience.
exactly in her journey to art. So we're gonna wet that brush.
Okay.
Miss Carrie, you could do it too. And
Okay.
then we're gonna go side to side. So that's it. That's the technique. That's the technique I teach everybody because it's really cute. At the end, you'll have something. It's not that difficult. So we go side to side all the way across.
Okay.
All the way across their easel, just side to side. And the thing is that if it's imperfect, that's great. That's what gives it character, right?
Right.
So we not worry about that.
So okay,
So just side to side, that's it. Wet your brush again. I'm getting whatever color. You guys have teal. When you
Yes.
reach kind of halfway, you get some white and you put it in there and you look really pretty. So we're gonna go side to side.
Side
and I
to
think that's
side.
already showing on maybe on the camera.
All right. So wait. Okay.
And then we're gonna get
So
yellow.
more side to side.
Yeah, just side to side.
Side to side is basically
side,
what
and then
it is.
Courtney
Feel like I
can
done
talk.
for under.
Here we go. That's it.
All right. So side to side.
Yeah.
And it's going to be all the way down. Oh, I noticed
all the
it
way down,
changed
all the
color
way
now.
down.
I just.
But
did the
Raquel,
things.
you don't change color. Okay.
All right, you guys put some white inside your little container. and then
I
switch.
went into my teal and I am in the complete opposite of what
It
everybody
doesn't
did.
matter.
So put some white in the teal or in the next container?
In another
different
container, and then you
container.
can
I got
go
you
side to
Yeah,
side.
por favor, help me out.
Por favor.
Yeah, help me out, por favor.
There you go.
Yes,
John,
there
how
you
often you paint?
Christmas.
Christmas? All right.
Aww.
All right, so there we go. And
Yeah,
we're still
just side
waiting
to
to
side.
hear from
Now, Courtney,
Courtney.
you can start, Court. What's your experience?
But okay.
Okay, so when I started art, I was an art kid. My mom had me in different programs. I did piano, I did ballet. I was always performing, especially in high school. So after I graduated, I basically was bored at home. I had nothing to do. I took like a few months off. I didn't want to go to college right away. I wanted to try and figure out myself.
Yeah.
So I, what everyone did, I relaxed at home, taking care of myself until I got bored.
Of course.
Everyone talks about, taking a year off is just so glamorous. It's not. I get bored so easily. And so my grandma saw Miss Raquel on TV and she was telling me like, oh, you like art, you sketch. So she like, give me a try. At the same time, my mom and grandma was taking a trip. So I was like, I have a choice. I can stay home and be idle or I could be productive. So when I first went, I was nervous. I was kind of scared because I didn't know anyone. And eventually, I broke out of my shell and I realized I'm actually really good at this.
Sweet.
It turned from a hobby to something I actually want to do professionally.
And so when it comes to your art studio, Raquel, where is it and how can people be a part of it?
Okay, so for now, you can join me. It's in Belmopan, but we're trying to do more projects with students. and with kids, with youth from all over the country. So pretty soon I'm heading over to Dangriga, for example, to do a little project there. It depends on where we get funding to go to, but we do try to help as many as we can. So it's not really just in studio. We go outside. So we go to parks, or we go to the school,
It's your space that you feel that you're comfortable at, right?
I like to call it my foundation. It's slowly growing. It's slowly getting there. And we'll try to get out there to more and more students. Courtney's experience coming to us when she had a choice whether or not she could stay home or come out. I like these kids to talk about their experiences because it shows how they could have gone through that depression by staying at home, by maybe just not having they don't have a clear path of where they want to go. So when they came to me, it was a little bit more, they could talk amongst themselves, and that's what I like the most when we're painting and the students all talk to each other, or the youth talk to each other. I give them that space. We just kind of like back off and let them do their thing. Courtney knows because the talkies and the quote come out. It's a therapy session right there.
So is it like a full-fledged school? How is your setup like?
Yes. So during different sessions, so we'll have a session for summer, we'll have a session pretty soon for Christmas, and we take on the kids. They'll come for a course or two, depending on how long they want to stay. And they do learn all the fundamentals of art with me. But like I said, it's more relaxed. So they will learn about art, but they'll learn without knowing that they're learning.
So Carrie, talk to us about how, like what we're doing right now in terms of raising mental health awareness.
Yes.
How do you see art inspiring and impacting persons with that struggle with their mental health?
Well, there's so many ways. Like, for example, what we're doing right now, if you take a mental poll, how are you feeling just before you started? And
So how you're feeling right now.
Which
Yes.
and
Totally.
that's within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And
So imagine after doing it for 20 minutes, how you'd feel.
I feel lost within this, like I'm trying to create something, and I totally forget that we're actually on screen all of
TV.
these things, But Kerry, as a psychologist, talk to us about the importance of a hobby and how that can help you deal with your mental health.
Any hobby is important with mental health, and especially ones that are non-destructive, but especially ones that get you moving, getting your creative juices flowing. For example, dancing, painting. I was explaining to Raquel on the way here that sometimes in our mind, we tend to think about, we need to be doing something like meditating or yoga. But for a lot of people, it's really hard to just sit there doing nothing. A lot of us need to be doing something. And when we can connect our hands with our minds, it forces us to have that relaxation that we can't otherwise sometimes achieve.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love it. Raquel, so where can folks find you and try to, because I love this. Like I don't mind go sit down, maybe drink a glass of wine, do this, and talk to us about that and how we could find you and try to get something like this going on.
Awesome. So before I get into self-promoting, I wanted to say that we did a lot of research on what the benefits are of art with mental health, or when we say mental health, that's such a broad spectrum, but we're talking about small things. You don't have to think like crazy, this is mental health. No, it comes with stress, like Kyrie was saying, stress, anxiety, all these traumas that you go through. Like you guys were just talking about the bus situation, and so stop in front of you, need to get where you need to go. That is stress. So when you reach to where you're going, you're angry, you're going through all these emotions, these negative emotions, and so these are things that when you're painting, it's not just painting. We were doing some research, and it's any kind of hobby. You could make something out of clay. You could be painting. You could be doing a sketch. You could be singing. You could be playing the piano. Whatever it is that makes you kind of, and Miss Carrie and I were talking about this with Courtney, is that it makes you kind of disappear.
Yes.
We like to say that you kind of go in the zone.
Yeah.
It feels like a meditation without you doing the whole mantra. So it's kind of like that. And that's what we're trying to bring to Belize today, bringing that to your homes, to your phones, telling you that, you could come to me. I would love for y'all to come to me. I can't take everybody, but if you cannot make it, do anything at home. You know, like these little things that I did. It's just a little cardboard. We painted. This is a cutout of a heart that I fold. You know how I used to fold a sheet? And put I did that. I cut a fold a sheet. I make a heart. I stick it there with my finger.
Yeah.
Paint over it, and then this are just bows where I tie together and I put it there. We sell them, but sometimes just doing that, I do 300 for the night, and I feel like I don't know, like I did a whole therapy session.
I'll tell you what, Raquel, you know, this is great for, even for relationships. So, you know, you're trying to get in a relationship, you're going on a date night, you could paint something up, and this is cool. This does make I feel good. You know, I think it's something to dive into.
Great. It really does calm you. You go into that zone, you get calm. And like I said earlier, we were reading articles in the car while we were coming here, trying to, you know, not encourage, but trying to get our mind going of what we would say on live TV.
Yeah.
And now we're on live TV and we forget all of it. The thing that we remember was, what was really interesting was this guy talking about PTSD, and then Miss Carrie mentioned, did you know in the 20th century
That's how art therapy came about, because of the soldiers from World War II, when they came back and they couldn't find a way to express using words the traumas that they'd experienced. So they used sculpting, and they used painting, and they used art forms to express. So sometimes our words aren't enough, and we need a different way to express.
Excellent.
I love that.
And it helps with PTSD. That's what I found really interesting, because I found that out last night, like midnight, doing research to come on today. And I'm like, this helps with PTSD. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, trauma. Who not go through trauma? Like, lots of beliefs. We were talking about that, how like a lot of people that believe it's supposed to be like this calm paradise, but a lot of us are really tense. And so
it's because it's supposed to be this calm paradise. We feel pressure to stay and be in a calm paradise. There's no room for error.
We are, people think we're so chillax here. When you talk about foreigners coming, they're like, oh man, you guys live in paradise. You're so relaxed. You can get to go to the beach all the time. And we don't. We're kind of stressed out. And with everything happening in politics, whatever happening in the world, whatever is happening with the economy, global warming, whatever, you're stressed out. Kids are stressed out. You think that the kids were not stressed out during COVID? My daughter stopped standard 1 during COVID, and she got back to school standard 4. I mean, like, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And
can you imagine that happened to us? I can't imagine. That blows my mind.
It is.
stop
We don't think
lower and you
about
go
our
back
kids in that way, that it's affecting them in a way that's mentally, and they have to be able to adapt to all of these social cues now, and we were all alone and isolated prior to that. So then, tell us how the kids feel when they're
right now we are trying to, and I've seen it in a couple of schools in Belmopan. Like I said, I'm kind of biased to Belmopan.
That's okay, I biased to Belmopan too. Like, tell me about it, and I'm okay.
I'd just come, but yes, I love it. So in Belmopan, the schools, they reach out to me because they're doing a lot of expressive art in their curriculum now.
Yes.
So that's in their clubs. They're bringing art back into classroom. There's actually a whole hour, more than an hour, dedicated a week for, Courtney, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So there's like a whole hour a week dedicated to art. And a couple schools have reached out, like Compre reached out and Olag reached out for me to go in and help teach with the art classes and to help teach with the clubs. So Compre reached out because Miss Emily, she does Helping Hands, and she was asking me to come out and see what we can do with their gardening and stuff like that. Courtney, we have another project, Miss Carrie. So I always
Did you learn that on live TV just now? Yeah. Okay, great.
We just forced them to go on live. So we go out, we do these things with the kids, and what I see is, and I really have to mention this because my mind will forget it. With the kids, the most important thing that I think they take away from a project, we do painting sessions like we're doing right now. We do murals, we do cleanup, we do recycling, a lot of stuff in the parks, a lot of things we do with the kids. We work along with our area rep, we work along with the city council. We do a lot of things in Belmopan in the community that I would like to do outside of Belmopan. One day we'll get there. It's a small little organization that's just starting. However, what I see the kids take away is some sense of self-worth. Because when they're done, I gave this story so many times, but we did. So we did we did this mural. I don't want to single out where the mural was done. So we did this mural, and this 4-year-old little boy, he came out, and it was the first time he was holding a paintbrush. He was very nervous. We gave him the paintbrush, and we told him, just go. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't mess up art. So he did a part of the wall, a small part, maybe like a foot of it. And you think like, okay, the kid's done, 15 minutes, he's happy, and he's done, he goes home.
Yeah.
He'll forget it. He doesn't forget it. We were out there doing the mural for a week, and he came by like 2 days later with his grandmother, and this was the best thing. Like, I didn't get it on camera. I wish I could get these moments on camera. He came out there with his grandmother, and it's why I do what I do, because he pointed out and he said, "Gran, that's where I painted. Look at my space. It was one little blue space." But he
that's
not
his
forget
space.
that.
It's personal to him.
And
his
he'll
space.
remember that forever, and that's something that I hope the kids are feeling. I'll ask Courtney,
Yeah.
you feel that way, Courtney? You feel proud?
Primarily, it is a great feel. We're totally out of time,
I
though.
know, I
We're
know,
totally
I know,
out
I
of
know,
time.
I know.
And again, where can we find your studio?
Okay, so the studio is in Belmopan. Please look for me on Facebook. That'll be the best way to look. Raquel Art on Facebook. You could join on Instagram as well. Raquel Rodriguez Art on Instagram. And just message me there. It'll be much better, because if you want to do something with the community, we're constantly doing things for the community. Like I said, we just asked to do something in Dangriga. So if you're in Dangriga and you want to come out, please message me. We will be doing, I can't even remember how many projects we'll be doing soon, but we have another mural to do in Belmopan. So if you're in Belmopan and you want to help out with a mural, you can message me on Raquel Art. My WhatsApp is 614-5182, but you don't need that. Just go on Raquel Art. We answer you very regularly.
All right, thank you guys so very much. The importance of mental health and how painting can actually help you with
Yes,
that.
it can.
And it
was a great time.
activates your reward center. As you can
It
see, you
does.
feel good now, don't
Yep.
you?
See, April last for the camera. See, you see? You love it? But it was a great time, ladies. Thank you so very much for being with us this morning. We will take a break.
How cute!
We will take a break, and when we come back, of course, no bada 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 me nerves.
Oh, yes, man.
When I paint, you know, bada my nerves.
Exactly, that's what
How do you feel? How do you feel? You
Marlon
I haven't
Benson
done
is
yet.
coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We will be
Right back.
Love it. Oh my God.